So, today I had a thought. Just basically, with all the horror-based TV shows we're getting, like Fox's Scream Queens, CW's Friday the 13th TV show, and of course Star's TV show Ash vs. the Evil Dead, and of course MTV's Scream, I kind of had like a fun idea. How cool would it be if we got an Aliens TV show? Now, I fully acknowledge that this is completely all fucking impossible. It is everything, but it's a lot of things. Impossible is probably the first thing there. Would it be cool? Yeah, but I just had like a fun thought of how I'd like to do this. Like, how would I like to do an Aliens TV show? I think there's a lot of possibilities for an alien-based TV show. I think it has a lot of potential. The universe itself has a lot of potential, because all we know is that, big corporations run the galaxy. Like, we kind of all figured that. If that were true, it would be corporations ruling the galaxies. And we got all this dark industrial stuff with a bunch of colonies that are, for the lack of a better word, those colonies, from what we saw in Aliens, those colonies don't look so good. It's poor working conditions all around, and I can only imagine Earth doesn't look better. And trust me, it doesn't if you've read the Dark Horse comics. But yeah, how would I do this? First off, I would make this a Colonial Marines TV show. I'd focus on the Colonial Marines. Like maybe a squad of Marines, and focus on them. And them going through day-to-day lifestyles. Another major thing, and I might as well address this now, I would have the aliens in here, the Xenomorphs in here, but I would not have them in every episode. I mean, yeah, it would be kind of like Walking Dead, where with Walking Dead, there's zombies there, but you don't see a zombie every single episode, or if you do, it's not a big thing. Sometimes it's for one scene. But yeah, that's what I would do with the Xenomorphs. Because here's the thing. The major problem with doing an Aliens TV show is that you need a major budget to do the Xenomorphs. And I'm not talking like CGI. Like, CGI doesn't cost a lot. If I were to do this, I would do this with suits. Maybe some CGI for some scenes, but I wouldn't rely, if I had any say, if I was making this TV show, I would not have a lot of heavy CGI in the Xenomorphs. I would have basically guys in suits and puppeteering. I mean, yeah, like I said, there would be some CGI there, but there wouldn't be a lot, you know what I'm saying? And CGI, it's a little more expensive, but yeah, maintaining the suits, a lot of suits, is very expensive. Yeah. But yeah, I would keep to the whole industrial theme of it, like the whole 80s type dark, just kind of bleak industrial feel to it. And what I'd like to do is, like I said, focus on a squad of Marines, just going through day-to-day basis of, hunting down Xenomorphs, or in some cases just doing the corporation's, dirty work. What we don't know, there's not a lot we don't know about this universe. What are the cartels like? Are there any, drug cartels or crime operations? What are they in this universe? What kind of are the Marines would basically be like, law, not only just the corporation's grunts, but also their thugs, basically, oh, you're not shooting bugs today, you're shooting some guys who didn't pay us. You're gonna do this, or we're gonna dock your pay and maybe kill your family. Because we're dicks like that. That's how it would kind of go, is like, yeah, if this guy tried to hold out on us, go hunt him down, kill them all, and make an example of them. Oh yeah, if you see other family members, kill them too. Oh, are Xenomorphs involved? Nah, no Xenomorphs, just go shoot. Go on, go kill them. Go commit genocide. And that's what I would do, is like really play with this group of Marines who are just more or less, they get, they barely get anything for their pay, and they do the most horrible, they sometimes have to do some really, make some difficult choices, for morality or for their own skin, their own survival. It really would play like that. And when I would have the Xenomorphs in here, oh boy, would the Xenomorphs be used. They would be used to the nth degree, because these guys would not, I would have the aliens, sometimes one alien on like a space station or in a colony, or, I would have like a whole full-on infestation, something like you would see in like a season finale kind of stuff. Also, another thing, I would really like to take a page from Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin, and just be like, no character is safe. No, absolutely no character is safe in this series. No, everyone is red shirt. Everyone's a red shirt. And that would be the thing, like, this squad would have a revolving door, like, some characters would survive, others would be horribly injured, or, some would die, and then you get new characters come in to replace the old ones, kind of keep it fresh, or even have, like, maybe one season where the entire squad gets wiped out, and you get an entire new cast. That's the thing with the Alien universe, if the Alien universe where, yeah, it's you don't have a high survival rate. Hell, there would be points where even space, you don't need the alien to kill you. Space can kill you just fine on its own. So I'd really like to play with that kind of aspect where you have that kind of that feel of isolation. Everything. Whether it be the people you're working for, the xenomorphs, or even space, and your own squad mates might actually turn on you at any given second. So I'd really like to play with that kind of. I'd really like to play with that kind of toy, that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? That kind of aspect of the universe, and again, explore some other explore and maybe expand upon other things. Like I said, what's the drug trade? Is there drug trade around in this universe? What are the crime empires like? Do they have to compete with the corporations, or are there corporate wars? Is the Weyland I've been calling it the corporation. I should be saying the Weyland Foundation or Weyland Industries or whatever the hell they call it. Because it does change in some cases, but yeah, would you call it Weyland-Yutani, or, so many things, and you're probably wondering, would there be predators and, engineers in here, or space jockeys, as in the original film they're called? I might have, at least, I don't know if I'd have the Predators in here. I don't know if I'd have Predators in here, but I might actually have some cases to, maybe make Prometheus a better film in TV form. Because Prometheus has a lot of potential. Sadly, that potential wasn't expanded upon, as I've said before. So, yeah, I would have probably the space jockeys or engineers or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Maybe not have them in here, but possibly have, have references to them, and maybe expand further on their culture, because we all know Prometheus 2 is coming, so maybe go further with that. But yeah, just make it a gritty, kind of go back to the old, to the original two films of, that Ridley Scott and James Cameron did. Just really play on the whole gritty, just grimy. Space is not clean. It's disgusting out. The ships we have are disgusting. We're a bunch of guys who are out here every day getting shot at or burned alive and seeing our friends die horribly for minimal to no pay and certain death at every turn. So, yeah, this show would not be easy to watch because everyone would not be having a good day. But goddammit, with those alien kills and, human kills, vice versa, would be... I do my damnedest to make them as best as I could. So that's what I'd really like to do with an Alien TV, if I could, I know this will probably never happen. It would be cool if it was, but this would have to be something like on Starz or Encore or HBO, because they're probably the only people who have the budget to do something like this. I don't see this being on Sci-Fi or something, but yeah, to do like do the whole kind of feel of Ridley Scott's vision and, original Alien vision, and kind of incorporate that to, also the stuff we saw in Prometheus. Yeah, someone like HBO or, some big big network like that would be the one shelling out the cash for this. So that would be my whole deal with this. That would be my whole deal with all this. So anyway, you guys tell me, what do you guys think of an Aliens TV series? How would you do it? What would you want to have in it? What kind of stories would you want to tell with it? What would you want to expand upon in this universe? And how much would you have the Xenos in here? Really curious to know what you guys would have. Also, just side note, I would really have Lance Henriksen as Carl Bishop Whalen in here. Not as Bishop the AI, I think just the original Bishop. So have him in here. Would I have Ripley in here? I don't know. Actually, what I'd really like to do is maybe have, maybe possibly have a focus on like stories set this continuity between Alien and Aliens, and have Amanda Ripley, Ellen Ripley's daughter. Yeah, kind of do that. Or well, then again, Lance Henriksen is a little too old to look like Bishop again as he did in Alien, so I don't know. But that's what I'd like to do, is have maybe do because it's a 50-year gap. There's so much you can do in 50 years, you know? Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.